characters. And so you get a sense of how the episode's playing, and the writers will take notes on things that worked, things that didn't work, jokes that were funny, and jokes that didn't work so well and need a little help. Then once that's done, they'll fix all those jokes and that stuff that didn't work, and then they'll go into the recording room, the recording booth here, where the actors will record all the voices. And that's pretty fun to watch when they actually do all these records, seeing the people get into character and really do it. It's awesome. Uh, then let's listen to a bit of this one voice track. So I have one scene that we're gonna take from this voice track through every step in the animation process for us until you see it on air or on your screen, your whatever screen you're using. So this, if you listen, this is the voice track of the show we have.
Oh my God, is this my acceptance to Hogwarts?
No, it's a letter asking you to stop throwing rocks at my nest. You hit one of my kids, and now he can't
So
fly
this is
right.
yeah.
Oh, fine, then I'll just throw rocks at the Hornets. He told me to do it.
So that's a piece of it. So you could hear Peter talking to an owl, you'll see, and then he throws rocks at a hornet's nest, and things don't go too well for him. So after we get that voice track and we have that script, we do what's called storyboarding. We'll draw every scene that you see in the show. We will have drawn it. If you were to pause your screen, chances are we've drawn that in this kind of black and white form. And we'll listen to that voice track, and whenever the characters are speaking, we'll pose them out. So we'll actually act them. So we have to kind of be actors ourselves to kind of know what the characters are going to move like and what they're going to look like. And that goes to like facial expressions. Is the character, does he sound wide-eyed? Does he sound happy or sad? Uh, is she sad? Then you can kind of slump her shoulders. If she's happy, you can kind of pose her, give her that kind of body language. So once we do that, we storyboarded a whole episode. It takes at least 6 weeks. We use this program called Toon Boom Storyboard Pro on the computer. Then it gets turned into this storyboard form here. And so you'll see this scene here is based on that voice track that you heard earlier, where we have an owl fly in. So you can see we posed Peter standing in the backyard. You have an owl with an arrow flying in, so we know to animate that inwards. And then here, Peter goes wide-eyed. And you can see we have two drawings of the owl on the left. There's one with his wings up, and then with his wings down. So that way we know to animate his wings flapping the whole time to make it look like he's flying in the air instead of just sitting still, hovering. So then Peter's very excited. So you can see his big smile, and he has these lowered lids. He looks very happy. Oh my, is this my acceptance letter to Hogwarts? And then the owl responds. We just give him an open mouth, and his wings are flapping up and down as he talks. And then Peter gets angry here. He's like, fine. Then I'll just throw rocks at the Hornets. He picks up a rock. He winds up and he tosses it. And then we cut to a new scene here where it's just a hornet's nest in a tree, and you see a rock fly in, hits the hornet's nest, and out they come. They fly off screen. So we've done that storyboard, and it's gone through a process of like refining with notes, and then it goes into animatic form here. And an animatic is basically what you just saw, but it's with sound and it moves. So it's kind of like almost like a moving comic book. And this is what this looks like.
Oh my God, is this my acceptance to Hogwarts?
No, it's a letter asking you to stop throwing rocks at my nest. You hit one of my kids,
Now you can
and now
see
he
the
can't fly right.
owl's
Well, fine,
wings
then I'll just throw
flapping.
rocks at the Hornets. He told me to do it.
We have dramatic shots with music.
And thus began the 1,000-year war between the avians and the insects. It was a brutal war. It was a bitter war. And most importantly, it was a visually spectacular war.
Attack!
Charge! Sorry, I'm being told this would be very expensive to animate, so instead here's some stock footage of an old plane trying to take off.
So as you can see, all the drawings are there. It looks pretty cool like that, but I also want you to remember what those looked like, because then you'll also get a chance to see what it looks like when it's fully covered. It always heightens stuff even more. So then after the animatic is shown, we sit in a room and we watch it, and we're hoping that people laugh and they don't do this. Because if people are doing this, then they have to go rewrite and they have to go add new jokes and new scenes to kind of make things play a little bit better. But once everything's working, we know the animatic's good, the script is good, it's locked, and we start doing designs. So here's designs of the characters. These are the main characters. But then anything that's new in the show that we haven't seen before has to be designed or drawn. And so we have a vast background that's going to be a battlefield. We also have that tree with the hornet's nest there. You have to design everything. These are called props. So anything a character handles or touches or picks up has to be designed, and it's called a prop. So there's the letter that the owl holds, and Peter opens it, so you have to have an open version. Then you have to have the letter from inside itself. There's the rock that Peter picks up. And then here are those hornets. And you can see when they're very small, there's a different design for them, very tiny, so they're easier to draw. And then when you're up close and they're big, they have more details. And there's the owl holding the letter, wings up, wings down. Here's the battlefield owls. More hornets in their battle gear. And then once those are finished, then it goes into our color department. And these folks, their job is to, yeah, basically add color to all those drawings and kind of help bring things even more to life. So now here's that owl. Everything has a color to it, the letter itself. There's reference for a hornet there. So these are the colors of the hornet we have. And then you can see with a little more detail on all these. And then there's that cool battlefield now with like very dramatic lighting. It's either evening or it's either dusk or dawn, one of those. And then there's the hornet's nest in the tree. So now, after that's all done, so we have all the storyboard is done, the animatic is done, the designs are done, and color is done, and this all gets sent overseas to a studio in South Korea. And they do all our animation, and there's a lot of animation studios in South Korea, and they have been working on shows like The Simpsons, Family Guy, King of the Hill, I believe Bob's Burgers. So all this stuff is done overseas, and they do the actual animation. So now, finally, for crying out loud, here is that scene. So this is from when that started, the script until this version that we see here animated has probably been about 6 or 7 months, maybe 8 months. And so then it'll come back and we'll see this.
Oh my God, is this my acceptance to Hogwarts?
No, it's a letter asking you to stop throwing rocks at my nest. You hit one of my kids,
So
and
now
we
you
can't
can see
fly
the
right.
flapping wings
Fine, then I'll just throw
working.
rocks at the hornets. He told me to do it. And thus began the 1,000-year war between the avians and the insects. It was a brutal war. It was a bitter war. And most importantly, it was a visually spectacular war.
Attack!
Sorry, I'm being told this would be very expensive to animate, so instead here's some stock footage of an old plane trying to take off. They didn't have enough wings.
So you can see that's kind of from script to screen. Usually with us, so that was after it gets animated, it comes back to us and we comb through it, and oftentimes there are things that need to be fixed, like things were either we sent the wrong materials or maybe the drawing we sent actually doesn't work quite well enough, or the design, so we have to improve things and comb through things, and those are all called retakes. And so after an episode comes to us, it's not quite done. We have to comb through it and fix everything. And that'll take an additional 2 or 3 months of us fixing things and then getting reanimated and stuff. So the timeline generally for us from script until it's on TV is about a year. So it was a long time. It takes us a long time. So as you saw earlier, all the artist positions, we'll go over those. We have storyboard revisionists, which are you have storyboard artists, and then when something needs to get fixed, like say my job is to look at storyboards, and if a drawing doesn't look right, or if the character is actually happy but they pose them out looking angry, I put those notes on there, and the storyboard revisionist goes through and makes all those changes. Storyboard artists. background artists, character designers, so all those drawings of the characters you saw, the props, remember the rock and the letter. We have directors. Each episode has a director in charge of kind of getting all the storyboards done and all those designs into the supervisors. Assistant directors who team up with directors. You saw color designers bringing that awesome color to life, and some jobs I've probably missed. There's a lot. Uh, and that's about it, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope that was informative. And yeah, now we can turn it over to maybe some questions.
Oh, it was really informative. I really love the process of making the Family Guy episode and the scenes. It's really
Cool.
amazing. Man, Family Guy. I remember seeing that when I was a kid, even though I shouldn't be watching it. But now that I'm an adult, I can watch it now. And let me say, I really love Family Guy. I love the animation and those scenes are pretty funny. I love Peter Griffin. Hey
That's great
everyone,
to hear.
my name's Peter Griffin. Hi, I
Nice.
am Grunt. Hello,
Awesome. Well,
I'm
I'm
Stewie
excited.
Griffin. It's really amazing.
That's great. I'm glad to hear you like it.
That was an awesome talk. We have some questions in person already. So I thought Brayden kind of first. Should we just kind of get started with that? Maybe we'll do like three in person, or maybe we should swap off one in person and one virtual and like go back and forth like that. Does that sound fair to everybody? Yeah, cool. Brayden, ask your question.
All right, so basically, uh, so so how do you actually how do you first create this and came up with the idea for that show? I know it's been a popular show for many years, and yeah, the first I saw the clip as the early kid, but there's a clip when Peter eating ice cream, but he was supposed to eat dinner.
Like original concept of the show, like it was like a guy like saving a dog from Tamika or something.
Let's listen. Don, what's your thought? Do you have a answer?
Well, so yeah, well, generally, like I didn't come up with this show entirely. Like Family Guy itself was created by a guy named Seth MacFarlane, and his kind of idea of making a funny show about a family, kind of like The Simpsons. But for like each story, each episode, it's all different. It comes from different places. Like sometimes
What
writers
about American Dad?
or American Dad. That's another good
So,
one.
so like you're saying that like it's like a mix of like real life experiences and imagination.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of story ideas that are based on, because sometimes those writers are in a room and they're trying to come up with ideas. So you're in a room with people all day, and so you learn a lot about each other. You share stories, and sometimes people are like, "Oh, you know what? I had a funny story where, like, I saw my kid, he threw a rock at a hornet's nest. Something as simple as that. And then somebody's like, "Oh, what if Peter did that? And then why would Peter do that?" And then they just come, it kind of spirals. So they're kicking ideas back and forth, and it's something inspires you from real life, then it kind of takes a life of its own.
Megan, do you feel like your question was answered? Because I know
Okay.
Megan had that question in the chat. Nice. Okay. Let's go back to in person because that was a Megan question. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just want to say before I ask my question, it is just an honor to meet you. As I'm a huge Family Guy fan.
Oh, likewise. It's an honor to meet all of you.
Yeah, same for me too. I I really it's
Haven't
really
watched
amazing.
Family Guy for a long time.
It's really
That's
amazing.
okay.
It's
Okay,
it's
go back
really
to your
amazing.
question.
All right. So my question is, other than Family Guy, have you worked on Seth MacFarlane's other animated shows, such as American Dad and the Family Guy spinoff, The Cleveland Show?
American Dad.
No, I've never worked on those other shows, but we were all on the same floor in the office building for a long time. So we had Family Guy artists all together, and then right next door was American Dad, and then right next to them was the Cleveland Show for a time. So I know most of the people that have worked on those shows for a long time. But I myself never got the chance to actually work on those. They kind of kept me going at Family Guy. Luckily,
That's a
knock
really
on wood,
good
it's been a
question.
nice job.
That's a really good question to ask if did you work on on American Dad and the Cleveland Show other than Family Guy?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, it's really an honor meeting you, Dominic. I would
Likewise.
really it really makes me happy to meet someone that is associated with popular shows like Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill, that sort of stuff. It's like meeting a celebrity in person.
I wouldn't go that far. Not a celebrity, but thank you. You're very kind. You're very kind.
As in voice actors and voice actresses. It's
Yeah,
kind of a
those guys are
similar way.
pretty cool, pretty talented.
I want to acknowledge the other question in the chat. And it says, how do you see AI impacting these jobs for creation processes in the education?
Yeah, that's a big question. It's always kind of lurking in the background. We're all on pins and needles, kind of seeing where this all goes. Uh, the last writer's strike, the big strike that happened, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, was a lot of it was about addressing this AI thing and like not having AI impact the writing of the scripts. So right now that can has been kicked down the road just a little bit. But as far as the art goes, it is a worry that some of this can be created by AI, but I don't think getting down to the nitty-gritty and the detail work of a show like this, AI could never fully generate its own version, or at least not yet. But I think AI could be used to maybe to help some aspects of the production, like maybe some of the sound design, or perhaps yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I would hate to have any of these jobs lost to AI, human jobs lost to AI, because I think keeping people and the human touch involved in these episodes are what makes them so special and so unique.
And then we'll kind of pivot back to in person. You had your hand up earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, go for it.
I only been for 25 years. Are you guys still continue to make more episodes or that's it? That's all.
We're still making episodes. We are gonna be, I think we have, so we, right now we're in episode or season 23, and we just got picked up through season 26. So we have another three more seasons to go after this. Yeah, season 24, 25, and 26. A little bit longer. So hopefully they'll keep us going through there, and hopefully even longer would be nice.
So for the online folks, I think Bella, you had your hand raised for a while. I wasn't sure if you wanted to ask a question. If not, we can go to Peter and then Kenzie after in person. So Peter, you want to ask your question?
Yes. First of all, big honor to meet someone like you in the film industry.
Well, thanks. You're very kind.
Thank you. And my question is, have you had at least a few voice appearances in a few episodes?
Myself?
Yeah, or no? Like,
No, I've never had the chance to. I've never recorded a voice. My one shot was I wrote an episode with a friend of mine, and there was like a throwaway joke, and they're like, "Dom, you want to come in and record the voice for this?" And I was like, "Oh, yes." And I did it. I recorded the voice, and I was very excited. And then that scene got cut, so I never got to do anything, which is
That's
fine.
well,
Probably
sweet
fine.
about.
Probably for the best. I don't think I did a very good job.
no,
Yeah.
you'll be a great voice actor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame because like I did see like that one episode where there was like a behind the scenes animation Family Guy thing
Hmm.
where the characters actually show their true selves. I kind of was expected like seeing actual people, but
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, they have some behind the scenes stuff where you get to see like the voice actors recording or some glimpses into the writer's room.
Yeah.
And so we had Emily, who's your suggestion for next?
So, hi. So out of all the characters that you worked with, which character was your favorite, and why?
Ooh, good question. I think the character I like to draw the most, because most of my time is drawing. I like drawing Peter and I like drawing Stewie a lot. They're just kind of fun. Like Stewie has that fun head shape, and Peter just has that, the cheek and those eyes and the nose. Like he's just very fun to draw, and he's kind of a big pear-shaped guy. Uh, so those guys are the funnest to draw, but I think the ones I enjoy lately, uh, when they have scenes, Dr. Hartman is a character on the show, and he is just kind of a strange doctor, but he really makes me laugh. So that's probably my favorite character whenever they show him.
So Dr. Hartman was your favorite to draw.
No, he's just my favorite when he's in scenes. He just makes me laugh. But Peter and Stewie are my favorites to draw.
Oh, so Dr. Hartman's your favorite character.
I think he's pretty high up there. It's an unusual choice, I know, but he's pretty high up there for me.
Nice, nice.
All right, so next up, I think, is Kenzie, if you wanted to ask a question.
Well, it really was an honor to meet you because, well, I never have met anyone famous, to be honest, because this is my first time meeting someone famous in my whole entire life.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Kenzie.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Family Guy mainly because of a lot of things like Iraq Lobster, uh, and I want some ice cream and many more.
Oh, that's great.
The first thing when I first saw I want some ice cream, it came to my mind immediately when I saw it as a kid.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad you watched. That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. That's why I still watch Family Guy to this day, like the clips on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of them on there.
Yeah.
Do you have a question or can we go to in person? I'm gonna pop
Yeah, I think we can go to in person.
You know what? Sean? Okay.
Yeah. Can I hear me?
I think you need to enunciate a bit.
All right. With this whole job with you doing the screenwriting and production, what is it like to actually apply and get into this job? How does that work?
Good question. So I'll say on my end, for the artists, it's generally, it's like a drawing test, kind of is what happens. That's how I got the job, and that's what we do. We give out tests so people can apply to be like a storyboard artist or a revisionist or one of those designers I was telling you about, the either background or character or prop. And so they'll have a bunch of samples of their drawings or what they've done in the past, and they, turn them into us along with their application. They're, letting us know they're interested in a job, and we'll look it over their, their resume or their portfolio of all their art. And we can see like, oh, you know what? This person looks like they have some drawing skills, some chops. And so we will then get more interested and we'll say, oh, can you then take a drawing test for us? So we'll give them a sample of, if it's a storyboard test, it'll be like a page long, 1 page of a script, and we'll just hand that to them, and then they'll go through and storyboard it for us. And then we'll look at it and see if they get a sense of what our show is supposed to look like, what our characters act like, and just a sense of how they could adapt to the show. And sometimes it looks great and like, oh, they get it. Like let's give this person a shot. Or sometimes, they might not quite be ready for this. They just need a little more experience or a little more practice. And that's generally with artists, that's how it works for us. With writers, it's similar where you have samples of writing you've done before, scripts you've worked on, and you'll turn those in to the producers who will comb through it and see what kind of writing skills you have. And then it's a similar thing with a interview you, or I don't think they give writing tests, but they can kind of tell by your samples, and then they, will interview and talk to you and kind of gauge your interest and what you would be like to work with, and then kind of go from there. Did that answer your question?
Submit these. Yeah, it does, but also where do they reach out to submit all of this?
There's different, like for the artists, there's our producer. We have certain people that will reach out to them and kind of express interest, and then through them they'll kind of get a job. A lot of the writers have agents, and so their agents kind of know the right connections and who to talk to get their information to. So that's kind of through their agents they get it into the right people, I guess.
I need to find an agent.
Yeah. Don't we all? Oh man.
All right, that was a great question. I think maybe we have time for one more question online.
Can I ask?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hello. I'm so sorry. My name is Arabella.
Hello?
I really want to ask because since you're an animator, and I want to know for animation, like what tips for most animators, and as people during college, what's the best way for like portfolios and stuff like that?
Okay, so your first question was like a tip for like tips for an aspiring animator, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and then like maybe things will work. I think tips for an aspiring animator, especially if it's for TV, would be learn how to storyboard. Um, and that's basically like breaking down a show into like the shots that you need to tell the story visually. And so a good way to kind of practice that is to watch a TV show or a movie you like on mute so you can't hear anything, you can just see it. And so hopefully through just watching it, the visuals will kind of help you tell the story. And then you can kind of get a sense of like, okay, so this was like a really emotional moment and the camera was really close on a person. Or this person was acting heroic and they just like, kicked down a door and they're going to rescue someone. So the camera was really low, you know, it was like an upshot like this. So you think heroic, right? Or if they look scared, you want to make them look tiny. So you do like kind of a low angle or a high angle shot like this. So you get a sense of like what kind of shots you need to tell or to get certain emotions across or feelings across. So that'd be a good thing to kind of get the sense of. And then just drawing in general, like you can never draw too much uh, if you're trying to get into this type of work. So the more you draw, the kind of the better you get. It's the only, not the only, but it's one of the many things where you can't really get better at it unless you do it and practice it. Um, so those are kind of I folded like tips and advice into there into one. Those are good things to work on, just drawing and even practicing different styles. So if you have numerous types of shows you like, if you like some anime shows, kind of practice drawing those. If you like, Looney Tunes stuff, try drawing those. If you like
What about
Disney
Studio
stuff,
100?
yeah, anything, like anything you like or that inspires you, practice drawing that and get a sense of how that works. Did that answer your question?
Yes. And my other question was for ideas because I'm trying to, have a portfolio and I do have one, but what's one professional way of making a portfolio? Is it website or is it a file? And thank you.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I think generally it helps to have, I mean, a website's easiest in a way because you can just, email over the link or send the link to someone they can just bring up that resume anywhere. We're having like a file, it's a physical thing that you have to give to someone, which, is just another step to get through. So I think that having a website or an online portfolio is really easy and helpful. It's something that I don't have that I panic when Family Guy ends. I'm like, well, I need to do that. So I have stuff on there. But yeah, I think that's very handy.
Thank you so much. And I love your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a good way to end it. I think it's 3:02. So in New York, I think it's like what, 12 in LA.
Yes, indeed.
But I know there's a lot of questions we didn't get to go to. I'm sorry, guys.
Right.
Well, he had his hand up earlier, so it
Yeah.
would be, yeah.
Hi, Dominic. My name is Owen. I'm a biggest fan of Family Guy.
All right.
And is the house in The Simpsons same as the house in Family Guy?
No, they're different houses. They might have
Thank
a
you.
sort of similar color, but they're different houses.
Okay, thank you.
Really?
That's all.
Did have a
All
cross
right.
off. I think I did know that.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
This is my second time meeting a famous person.
We can't have any more questions.
An honor to meet you.
Honor to meet
You too.
It was
It's
a
very
pleasure
honored
meeting you
meeting you,
too.
Dominic.
Hey, very nice to
Very
meet you
happy
all.
to meet someone that works on family that works on Family Guy.
Well, I'm very happy to meet you all. Thank
Honor
you
meeting
for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for having me. And yeah, it's really fun to talk to you all.
Thank you so much, Dom.
All right.
Thank you so much, Dominic.
Yes, thank you everyone. Until next time.
Bye.
Till next time.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.